Good morning, good morning. Today is September 5th, and I know we haven't had a live stream in a couple weeks, like 2 weeks, mainly because I've been busy, and also last week we had something happen with my Forex funds. So, because the main account was my Forex funds, then we had to basically switch over our accounts. Okay, basically switch out. Sorry for that if you heard the echo. What else? Okay, so what are we looking at today? It's pretty simple. Today we are bullish, right? And I will go ahead and just do this. Today we are bullish, and on a 5-minute, we would like to see it breaking this low, which it did, right? So now we need a bullish engulfing candle. Before I do that, let me just go ahead and post the link for okay, so I want the engulfing to be after 820, so this candle, if it engulfs, it's fine. We don't really want this to be the candle. While we're waiting, we're also going to look at, we have news tonight. Last night I missed AUD news, which is unfortunate because I was really hoping for AUD news to be good last night. It was at after midnight, so if you didn't catch it, then you probably missed out on it. It was at 12:30. We'll take a look at how it went, but tonight we also have more news on AUD, so could be something you trade and maybe risk a little bit more in. So here we had gold close below the line, right? And now it's making an engulfing. I don't think this is the engulfing we're going to take. However, I do have my MT4 ready, which let me go ahead and edit the risk parameters. Make sure I am risking about 0.5% in this. And make sure my magic keys are open, just so we're ready for the trade. Alright, so depending on how this next candle moves here, I might enter this trade, okay? And I will enter it, I will consider entering it if this candle turns green, only if this candle turns green. Okay? Let's see, so stop loss, we want it to be about 12 pips, which is like $1.02. If this candle doesn't reverse, we're not entering this trade, which looks like we might not be entering this trade specifically, but remember, we are bullish on the day. Okay? So we do want a bullish engulfing overall. Okay. Overall, gold is very bearish, right? But because it's been bearish both in Asia, which if you look here, this could be considered like a Judas swing here, where price came above the Asian session, then went below right here, right? And you see price continue downwards. So if you had gotten in, I have seen people get trades in like around here when price breaks this level down here. They get in with a stop around Asian high, and they go for like a 2-to-1. So in this example, obviously you would be expecting it to go lower, but let me see. If you were to get in a trade right here with a stop above the Asian session high, right, you would be at a 1.5 already, and possibly a 2R by the end of the day. The idea is that you want price to run above the high of the Asian or the low of the Asian, then take out the other side. Doesn't happen every day. As you see here, it did the same thing on Monday, which is yesterday, right? Because today's Tuesday. It ran the high first, right? And then when it broke the low, it continued lower. Obviously, you would still be in Monday's trade, because Monday was a very big Asian session, and then New York was pretty slow because it was a holiday, and the PM was pretty dead too. But anyway, let's continue looking. It's been a while, so currently I'm using a different broker now. I do believe a lot of you, nobody can use, I'm not sure if people outside the US and Canada could still use my Forex funds, but I don't think so. So we'll just wait and see. Okay. Maybe while we wait, I will take a look at something else. We could take a look at yesterday's trades on odd USD and pound odd. So if we look at pound odd, we will take a look at this one here, and I believe it was midnight, right? So if we go to 15 minutes on this and we find our midnight price, let me go ahead and auto chart this. It was after midnight, which was right here. So obviously you're selling this, right? So let me go on the 5-minute chart and find midnight. Okay, midnight was right here. And if you're selling this here, we'll take a look at odd USD as well, right? So this is the last, it was 12:30, right? So this candle right here. And if you were selling it right here, near the end of that candle, with the 18 pip stop loss, you got stopped out on this, right? So if we go to odd USD, we expect odd USD to be the one that won. So if I go to odd USD right now, you give me 1 second. Let's take a look at gold. Okay. Nothing's happened because we still need an engulfing near the low. If it keeps going like this, we still want it to come down and give us a engulfing candle. So this is odd USD, and 12:30 was right here. Okay, right here. So if you got in around, let's say around the end of this candle here with a stop loss of 12 pips, right? It's either 10 or 12. So I'll just put 12 because that's more realistic than 10, right? Because of spreads. And if you wanted a 3R, you would have had your 3R around right here. But because it's odd USD, you probably go for a 2R instead, which a 2R you would have had right here, which is at 155. So in about an hour and something, you would have had a pretty good 2-hour trade, which only means 1 hour profit because you lost 1 hour on the other one. But if you went for 3 hour and you got 2 hour profit, then here it is right here. Right? This has a really good win rate. Tonight there's also more news on that, so let's see what gold wants to do here. There's more news tonight on odd, right? On AUD, which is tonight it's GDP, which will probably go for 3R tonight, but we'll see. These news trades on NZD and on AUD are really good in the sense that they provide really quick profits and accurate too. Alright, give me 1 second. I will mute my mic. Alright, so let's see here. Gold is trying to come back to the lows. If it gives us an engulfing, we'll probably take this trade. Let me go ahead and adjust the risk reward. So this was yesterday's trade on AUD. Tonight we will have more. Let me see what AUD looks like on the daily chart. Okay. So we saw it run out this right here. Okay. I see it going lower, and let's take a look at some other. Okay. Gold has made a new low. If we could see it give us a strong engulfing candle, we do assume price is gonna reverse up. Okay, let's see if it can give us an engulfing. Okay, here it looks like it wants to make the engulfing, and it did. So here we're going to go ahead and place the trade. If it ends really bullish, we will place the We're just waiting. This candle has ended. Okay. We start off in a little bit of drawdown because of spreads, but we're not too worried about that. We're in the trade, and if I go to the charts, we will take a look. It didn't, on the chart, it didn't end like that, right? On my MT4 chart, it actually engulfed on this candle, so we started off the trade like around here, but spreads made it a little bit above, like here, right? Stop loss was down here plus 2 pips, which is like around here. And take profit is 2R. So that's how the trade is kind of looking. Let me go ahead and confirm. Yeah, it pretty much aligns to that. Let's see. It's either going to stop us out or continue higher. We're not worried whether it wins or loses. We're still going to do the same thing. Let me go ahead and fix the stop loss a little bit. Okay. We're just adjusting for spreads. That's why I put the stop loss just a tiny little bit lower. It wasn't quite the risk. But, let's see. Here's the trade again if you need to see it. A pullback is pretty normal here in the beginning. Hopefully the next candle shoots up and gives us that push up that we need. We're assuming that the day is going to be bearish, right? We're assuming it's going to be bearish, but we would like to see it go higher first before it continues down, which it looks like it can. It can do. If it really wants to, it can do it. Or it could continue waterfalling, right? But I assume it's going to reach back up into this area here anyway. So we're looking at this on a 5-minute chart just so we could kind of see what everything is doing. The 15-minute chart just ended, right? So if this is a bullish, I do believe the next candle will be bullish, but we could easily get stopped out during this candle here. Because on a 15-minute, you see it broke structure, right? Every time it broke structure, it retested some sort of imbalance, like right here. And then it broke structure again, retested the imbalance right here. And then it broke structure again, and it has an imbalance right here, right? Which it could test next candle if this candle ends red, okay? So we just have to be aware of that. We would like to see, because this is a good area for take profit anyway, so we would like to see it reverse and continue higher. Once it gets to a certain level, I will move stop loss to break even. So when price gets to 1R, we will move price. So it will be around this level. So like halfway into the imbalance, we will move stop loss to break even. The imbalance is this level right here. If I go on the 1 minute, you'll see where I entered the trade. It looks a little bit weird because this does not look like it engulfed, but on my MT4, when price is about to engulf, I'm looking at my MT4 charts, and on my MT4 it did engulf. That's why I took the trade. Okay? That's the only reason why. Once it gets to, let me see, where was it? Around this area here, I'm going to move my stop loss to break even. Looks like it tapped into the 8:30 a.m. open price, and now it's going down. This could just end up waterfalling after, or it could reach into it, but as long as we're above this area, I think we're good to move stop loss to break even. On a 15-minute chart, this is what it looks like. I do believe overall we are going down. It's a very strong down move, but right now I think we have enough to pull back into this area. At least enough to get break even. But whether it wins or loses, it doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day we're going to do the same thing tomorrow and the next day, and overall it's going to be profitable. You could be profitable with this strategy even with a 40% win rate. Keep that in mind. On a 15-minute, this looks like it's had one push, right? Two push, and three push. So it's had over 3 drives, which should give us a good chance to win this trade, or at least break even. But anything can happen. We still have a lot of time left, and this 15-minute candle ends in 5 minutes, right? So as long as this isn't really down here, we could assume that the next candle will pull back into this area. But it looks like it wants to go lower now. Okay, let's see. What's the spreads on gold right now? Looks like the spreads are about 1 pip, right? So I think we're about to get stopped out here. We're looking, we haven't got stopped out yet. We have not got stopped out yet. Let's see what it looks like on a 15-minute. Still at 3 minutes. Depends on what it wants to do for the next 3 minutes. That's a really big push up. And let's see. This could be pushing up to grab liquidity just so that we could go further down, right? The next candle could immediately take us back down. So if it goes any higher, or if it closes higher, I'm going to be moving my stops to break even. Because with this big push, there's no reason why. Okay, so I'm gonna move stop loss to break even here. Or actually, we could probably just exit the trade here. And we're out of the trade. It hit take profit. I didn't even have to exit. That was pretty interesting. I'm not sure if we had news or something. I wasn't paying attention if we had news or what kind of reaction we had there, but I was gonna move stops to break even. We don't have news today during this time, so this was just pretty interesting. Anyway, so that's the trade for today. It happened pretty quick. It hit take profit pretty quick compared to how it was moving previously. Within 2 candles, it was already in take profit. I do still believe this will probably go down, because if we look on a daily chart, right, even with that big push, we are still heavily bearish, right? So this could be, like I said, just to grab some liquidity, maybe travel to some sort of imbalance, or support and resistance, anything, supply demand, whatever, this area here, or maybe this imbalance, this area. But then ultimately I still think it's going to go down, right? Anyway, that was a quick good trade. Now, last thing I want to talk to you guys about is tonight at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard, which is New York time, okay? So tonight in New York time at 9:30 p.m. we're going to have news on AUD. So what are we going to do? We're going to trade AUD USD, right? And let me go ahead and put your trade for tonight. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. AUD USD sell, okay, with 10 to 12 pip stop loss, okay. Okay, I'll explain what this means after. GBP AUD. Let's go ahead and actually put another space between that. Okay, so what this basically means is you're selling both AUD USD and GBP AUD, right? The stop losses are different, but you're still risking the same, right? Whether you want to risk 1%, 2%, $100, $1,000, that is up to you. But use these stop loss. So on AUD USD, use 10 to 12 pips, right? Depending on what your broker spreads are. Obviously, if they have 0 spreads, or less than 1 pip, then to take 10 pip stop loss. But if they have like a 2 pip or whatever, then obviously use the second number. Okay, TP open, what does that mean? It means you do not want to put a TP, okay? Let the news happen, because it's not going to happen in a second up and down, right? It's going to, because this is AUD news, it's not USD news. It's going to push, right? It's going to push initially, and you're either going to see it push really fast, or it's going to push and then slow down and then push again and then slow down. If it's doing that, then set your TP to 2R, whatever 2R is, okay? So whatever 2 times your risk is, that's what you're going to set it to. However, if the initial drop moves, or whatever, whichever one moves first, if the initial drop is higher than 2R, 3R, then you could just close it. That's pretty much all it means. So I hope you guys understand this right here. That's what's going to happen tonight at 9:30 p.m., right? So you want to enter at like either 9:28 or 9:29:30, between that time, okay? That's pretty much how you're going to trade this tonight. Now, again, this was the trade today. I'll explain this trade that we took. So this right here, the reason why this entry is up here is because on my MT4, this candle here engulfed, right? And I entered right here, but because of spreads, it entered me up here. That's why my thing is up here, okay? It was actually like around here, but that's why my thing is up here. This candle on my NT4 is engulfed, and usually on the last candle, I'm not looking on the last few seconds of this candle, I'm not looking at trading view. I'm looking at my MT4's candle, and on my MT4 it was engulfed, okay? And anyway, we entered the trade. It looked like it wanted to come and retest this, or maybe even break this a little bit, but then it just ended up flying up. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Once it flew up, it hit TP instantly. But that was the trade. I hope you guys caught it though, and I think we'll end the stream off there. It was a pretty quick stream. I'll be back tomorrow, right? Tomorrow we will do the same thing, and we'll talk about what happened with this trade. I'll be in Discord if you need to talk about this trade, or if you want to recap gold. But that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you have a nice day, and I'll be back doing this every day again. Yeah, hopefully my Forex Funds gets their stuff sorted out and everything will go smoothly. But if you have any questions, just let me know on Discord or Telegram. Alright, have a good day.